Thank you for listening to 10,000 Stories to Sleep 2, your one-stop channel for a variety of short stories. If you feel up to it, subscribe to the channel for daily uploads so you never miss a new story. Enjoy. Finn and the Destiny Volume 1. In the remote town of Sosit, nestled deep within a sprawling forest, there was a legend as old as the trees themselves. The tale spoke of a child born under a blood-red moon, a child who would be cursed to wander the world alone, bringing calamity wherever they went. This legend was not a mere story, but a deeply ingrained belief among the townsfolk, who lived in constant fear of the unknown. The child in question was named Finn, born on the fateful night of the blood-red moon. From the moment he entered the world, strange things began to happen. The night air grew colder, and a fog settled over the town that seemed reluctant to lift. Finn's parents, Elara and Tomas, were loving but helpless against the weight of their son's perceived curse. The townsfolk, quick to judge, spoke of strange omens and avoided the family whenever they could. As Finn grew, his presence seemed to trigger a series of misfortunes. Animals would scatter when he approached, crops would wilt inexplicably, and the usually calm river would rage with uncharacteristic ferocity. His parents, desperate to protect him, kept him secluded in their small cottage, but the whispers of the curse followed them wherever they went. One winter, the town of Sosit was struck by an unprecedented disaster. The forest, which had always been the town's lifeline, began to wither and die. The townsfolk, their fear and anger reaching a boiling point, blamed Finn for the tragedy. They demanded that Elara and Tomas abandon their son or face the town's wrath. Torn between their love for their child and the mounting pressure from the community, the couple made the heart-wrenching decision to leave Finn in the forest, hoping to appease the townspeople and save their family. Finn, now alone and heartbroken, wandered deeper into the forest. The once vibrant woods now seemed like a dark, unwelcoming maze. His steps led him to an ancient oak tree. Its gnarled branches twisted in a way that seemed almost sentient. Exhausted and desperate, Finn collapsed at the base of the tree, tears mingling with the fallen leaves. As night fell, the blood-red moon appeared once more, casting an eerie light over the forest. Finn's sobs caught the attention of a mysterious figure, a woman cloaked in silver, with eyes that glowed like the moonlight. She was the enchantress of the forest, a guardian of the land's ancient magic. The enchantress approached Finn and spoke in a voice that was both soothing and powerful. "You are not cursed, child," she said. "You are misunderstood. Your presence has not caused these calamities. Rather, the world has reflected the fears and pains of those around you. The curse is not in you, but in their inability to see beyond their own shadows." Finn, though initially skeptical, listened as the enchantress explained that he had a unique gift. He could sense the disturbances in the natural world and amplify them. This ability was not a curse, but a call for balance and understanding. With the enchantress's guidance, Finn began to learn how to control his gift. He found that by channeling his emotions and intentions, he could restore the health of the forest and mend the rift between the town and nature. The more he practiced, the more the forest began to thrive, and the ancient oak, which had been his sanctuary, became a symbol of hope and renewal. Meanwhile, in Sosit, the once dying forest began to show signs of recovery. The crops grew once more, and the river's flow returned to normal. The townsfolk, puzzled and curious, sought answers and followed the signs back to the forest. There, they discovered the truth about Finn and the enchantress's teachings. Humbled by their misjudgment and moved by Finn's resilience, the people of Sosit sought to make amends. They welcomed Finn back with open arms, offering him a place among them and recognizing his true role as a healer rather than a harbinger of doom. Finn, now accepted and appreciated, continued to use his gift to maintain the balance between the town and the forest. The blood-red moon no longer symbolized a curse, but a reminder of the power of understanding and the strength found in embracing one's true nature. And so, the town of Sosit flourished, forever changed by the courage and compassion of a child who was once believed to be cursed, but turned out to be the key to their salvation. The End. Finn and the Destiny Volume 2. Years had passed since Finn had been embraced by the town of Sosit, and the once cursed child had grown into a wise young man. His presence had become a cornerstone of the town's prosperity, and his bond with the forest was stronger than ever. Sosit thrived under his watchful eye, the town now in harmony with the surrounding wilderness. Yet, as time went on, whispers of a new threat began to stir. The forest, which had once been vibrant and alive, started to show signs of distress once more. The leaves turned an unhealthy shade of brown, and a pervasive chill hung in the air, even during the warmest months. Finn sensed a disturbance, but was uncertain of its origin. His gift, which had once been a source of healing, seemed to be failing him. One evening, as Finn walked among the ancient trees, he was met by the enchantress of the forest, who had become a mentor and guide. Her face was lined with concern, and her eyes, though still glowing, held an edge of urgency. "Finn," she said, her voice carrying the weight of an old prophecy, "the balance you have worked so hard to maintain is threatened by a force not of this world. An ancient evil, long sealed away, has begun to stir. It seeks to break free and reclaim the land." Finn's heart sank. "What can I do? I feel powerless to stop it." The enchantress placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "You are not alone. There is a path to follow, but it will require great courage and sacrifice. The source of this evil, an artifact hidden deep within the forest, an artifact of immense power that must be protected at all costs." Guided by the enchantress's instructions, Finn embarked on a quest to find this artifact, a journey that would take him through uncharted parts of the forest and test his strength and resolve. Accompanying him was a small group of trusted friends from Sosit: Lyra, a skilled herbalist; Roran, a blacksmith with a heart of gold; and Ilawan, a talented storyteller with a deep connection to the ancient lore of the land. Their journey led them through treacherous terrain, where they encountered creatures twisted by dark magic and faced trials that challenged their very spirits. Each step brought them closer to the heart of the forest and the ancient artifact. After days of travel, they arrived at an ancient, overgrown temple, hidden beneath layers of enchantment and decay. Inside, they found the artifact, a crystalline orb pulsating with dark energy. As Finn approached it, the malevolent force within the orb began to awaken, manifesting as a shadowy figure. The figure revealed itself as Morgith, a sorcerer banished from the realm long ago for his destructive ambitions. Morgith's voice echoed through the chamber: "You have come far, but it is too late. The orb is mine, and soon the power within it will be unleashed." In a desperate attempt to protect the orb, Finn and his friends fought against Morgith's dark magic. It was a battle of wills and strength, with the forest itself reacting to the conflict. Trees twisted and roots lashed out, and the very ground seemed to rebel against the intruder. Amidst the chaos, Finn drew upon his deepest reserves of power, channeling the energy of the forest and his own connection to it. He realized that defeating Morgith required more than strength. It required unity and understanding. He called upon his friends to stand with him, each contributing their unique skills and strengths to the fight. With a final surge of collective effort, Finn managed to contain Morgith's dark energy within the orb. The sorcerer's form dissolved into the shadows, and the orb's pulsations grew faint. Exhausted but victorious, Finn and his friends sealed the artifact within a protective chamber, ensuring that it could never be used for evil again. As they emerged from the temple, the forest began to heal. The leaves returned to their vibrant green, and the chill that had hung over the land lifted. Sosit, once more, was safe. Upon returning to the town, Finn was hailed as a hero. Yet, he knew that the victory was not solely his own. It was a testament to the strength found in unity and the importance of understanding the forces that shape their world. The Enchantress visited Finn one last time, her eyes reflecting pride and relief. "You have done well, Finn. Remember, the true power lies not in the artifact or in the magic itself, but in the courage and wisdom with which you wield it." Finn nodded, understanding that his journey was far from over. He had embraced his role as a guardian of balance, and the lessons learned would guide him in the challenges that lay ahead. And so, the legacy of Finn continued, a reminder that even the deepest curses can be transformed into strengths, and that the power of unity and understanding can overcome even the darkest of threats. The End. Finn and the Destiny Volume 3. Years after the defeat of Morgoth, the town of Sosit continued to flourish under Finn's watchful eye. The once cursed child had grown into a revered leader, his wisdom guiding the town through periods of both prosperity and adversity. The bond between the town and the forest was stronger than ever, and peace seemed to reign. But the tranquility was deceptive, for the echoes of the past had begun to stir. One autumn evening, as the leaves turned to shades of crimson and gold, an eerie fog settled over Sosit. The villager spoke of strange, haunting sounds coming from the depths of the forest, echoes of voices long forgotten. Finn, sensing something was amiss, called upon his old friends, Lyra, Roran, and Ilawan. They had all remained close, their bonds forged in the fires of past trials. The four of them ventured into the forest, guided by the murmurs of the mysterious fog. As they walked, the trees seemed to whisper secrets, their branches bending in unnatural ways. Finn could feel a lingering sadness in the air, as though the forest itself was mourning. The fog led them to a clearing, where a large, ancient stone stood at the center. Carved into the stone were runes that glowed faintly, pulsing with a soft, mournful light. Ilawan, skilled in ancient lore, examined the runes, and her face grew pale. "These runes speak of the echoes of time," she said. "It is said that they are the voices of those who lived before us, their spirits trapped between worlds. They are bound to this place by unfinished business." Finn's heart sank. The echoes of time were a forgotten legend, but their resurgence could mean great trouble. The whispers grew louder, and the fog thickened, swirling around the stone in a ghostly dance. As Finn and his friends investigated further, the echoes began to coalesce into spectral forms, figures from Sosit's distant past. Among them was a woman dressed in ancient robes, her eyes filled with sorrow. She approached Finn, her form flickering like a candle in the wind. "I am Alira, the last guardian of the forest's heart," she said. "Long ago, I sacrificed myself to protect the balance of our world. But in doing so, I became a part of the echoes of time, bound to this stone. My sacrifice was not in vain, but the artifact that held the balance has been disturbed. The forest is suffering, and so are we." Finn listened intently. "How can we help you?" Alira's spectral form seemed to waver. "To free us and restore balance, you must find the forest's heart. It is a relic of great power, hidden within the depths of the forest, guarded by trials that test the spirit. Only by restoring it can the echoes find peace." The quest for the forest's heart took Finn, Lyra, Roran, and Ilawan deep into the forest's uncharted regions. The path was fraught with challenges, illusionary landscapes that twisted reality, ancient guardians that tested their resolve, and personal fears that threatened to undo their progress. The trials tested their unity and courage. Lyra had to confront her deepest insecurities about her place in the world. Roran faced his fears of inadequacy, and Ilawan grappled with the weight of ancient knowledge and its burdens. Finn, too, had to come to terms with his own past and the legacy of the curse he had once borne. At last, they reached a hidden grove, where the forest's heart lay enshrined in a crystalline pool. The artifact was a vibrant gem, pulsating with a soothing light. As they approached, the ground trembled, and dark tendrils of energy emerged, seeking to protect the artifact from intruders. The final test was not one of strength, but of trust and selflessness. Finn stepped forward and placed his hand on the artifact, channeling his own life force and the combined strength of his friends. The dark tendrils receded, and the forest's heart began to glow more brightly, sending a wave of restorative energy through the forest. The echoes in the clearing grew silent, their forms slowly dissipating as they were released from their bonds. Elira's ghostly figure appeared once more, a look of serene relief on her face. "You have done it," she said softly. "The balance is restored, and we are free." With the forest's heart restored, the forest began to heal rapidly. The fog lifted, and the once mournful atmosphere transformed into a vibrant celebration of life and renewal. The spectral figures of the echoes of time were no longer bound, their spirits finding peace. Finn and his friends returned to Sosit, where they were met with gratitude and celebration. The town honored their bravery and the sacrifices they had made. Finn, however, remained humble, knowing that their victory was not just about overcoming a challenge, but about understanding the echoes of history and embracing the lessons they offered. The tale of Finn and his friends became a new legend for Sosit, a reminder that the past, though sometimes haunting, held valuable lessons that could guide the future. The bonds forged in their quest remained strong, and the legacy of their courage and unity continued to inspire generations to come. In the end, Finn realized that the echoes of the past were not just remnants of history, but a part of the living tapestry of their world. Each voice, each story, a thread that wove together the fabric of their lives. And as the seasons changed and the forest thrived, the echoes of Sosit became a testament to the enduring power of hope, unity, and the quest for balance. The end.